sharing?
Yeah, I'm just going to start recording.
Okay. All right, everybody. This is it.
All right, let's go. Let's do it.
Hello, everybody. Good evening.
God.
Welcome, everyone. How's it going? Good to see your faces.
Excellent.
Great. Yeah, excited to be here.
We're going to wait a few minutes as people trickle in here, and then we'll get started.
Howdy, everyone.
Hello.
How's it going?
Super exciting evening.
So excited.
Well, Thursday is going to be more exciting because that's my team, but this is going to be a pretty exciting night too. And on that note, I will mute.
So glad to have you here, Dave.
Definitely.
Okay. All right. Well, we have all of our judges and we have all of our entrepreneurs. Welcome. And we have so many mentors. So glad you guys could be here tonight. So I think we can go ahead and get started. We have a tight schedule, so let's go ahead. So welcome to the 2021 Fall Accelerator Final Presentations. A couple tips on Zoom for this evening. So if everybody could just check your name and rename yourself if needed. And then we are going to ask everyone to mute when they're not speaking, especially while the entrepreneurs are presenting. They have everything very prepared, and so don't want to have any dogs in the background or kids or, all the whole thing. And feel free to use the chat box to share your thoughts, congratulate people, and you can turn your camera off and on for the presenters. Obviously, please keep yours on. And we have a specific slide that I'll show you guys in a bit for when we unmute and cheer, because we want to cheer tonight and celebrate all of the hard work that these entrepreneurs have put into tonight. And one other side note, we are recording this, and just so everybody has a heads up, and we'll be able to share this after the evening with you guys. All right, next slide. Okay, so for those of you who don't know us yet, my name is Caroline, and I'm the Executive Director at EforAll Longmont.
You think the program manager, or are you being EforAll Longmont? Welcome.
How's it going? My name is Jonathan Galindo, and I'm the program manager for the Para Todos side, so the Spanish-speaking side of the program.
All right, next slide. Okay, and we just want to give a big thank you to all of our partners and sponsors who have made us able to offer this program. And especially big shout out tonight to the Longmont Community Foundation. They are the lead sponsors behind the prize money that we will get to discussing later in the evening. And of course, to all of our wonderful other sponsors. Next slide.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so tonight we are here. We have a total of 7 companies and 8 entrepreneurs who have been participating in our Fall 21 Accelerator program. Tonight you will hear 4 of them present and do a Q&A with all the wonderful judges. So these are the 8 entrepreneurs in the cohort, and I just want to go ahead and give them all a big round of applause. It's a really, really wonderful thing that you guys have made it this far, and all the hard work that you put into this. So everybody give a big round of applause.
Woo! Congratulations for getting this far, everybody. Woo!
All right, and next slide. Okay, and so like I said, all the hard work, so just to put that into numbers, the entrepreneurs have been participating in weekly classes, and so have gone through over 60 hours of class, all taught by volunteer subject matter experts. So a big thank you to those who have taught classes this fall. And then they've also been meeting with their mentor teams on a weekly basis for an hour and a half. So that adds up to 20 hours, but many of you have spent many more. And so thank you to and entrepreneurs and the mentors. So thank you guys. This is a screenshot from our progress pitch. All right, and Kelly, do you want to go over the overview?
Sure, I just want to make sure you can all hear me. The overview tonight will entail several steps that our entrepreneurs have been working very hard at providing for their presentations. They will tell you who they are and what their business is. They will then talk about their accelerator goals, their customers, who they are, their value proposition, their 9-month working plan, the feasibility and sustainability of this business, and then their organization and operations and the social impact after all of that they're having on their communities. And finally, big drum roll, the ask. I need this much money for this specific thing. Stay tuned.
I don't remember what we sent for Leland Parker.
Oh, Amazon for Leland Parker.
Amazon packages.
Both Leland and Parker.
You're on mute, Caroline.
Okay, sorry about that. All right, and so just tonight for logistics, each entrepreneur will have 10 minutes to present, and then we will give a big round of applause, and then we will go straight into Q&A with the judges panel. Only the judges can ask questions tonight, and unfortunately for those of you who want to ask more questions, we will have a lot of networking sessions during the Showcase Awards, which we'll talk about later as well. So 10 minutes of Q&A, and then we'll give the judges a few minutes in between to put their scores down, take their notes, and then we'll go into the next one. Okay, so our panel of judges, we have 4 incredibly intelligent judges here with us tonight, and we are so excited to have you guys. And so yeah, I would love to, if you guys could just give a brief introduction, starting with Eric.
Hi, Eric Ozeppa, the CEO of the Longmont Community Foundation, proud partner of EforAll. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Eric. And Nadia?
Hi, everyone. My name is Nadia Ali. I'm founder and CEO of Idea Labs and an EforAll alumni. I graduated the summer 2020 cohort, so really excited to be here with all of you.
Thank you, Nadia. And Spencer?
Hey everyone, I'm Spencer Yunus, founder of Yunus Consulting, and I'm happy to be here. And some of you I've met before in the speed dating round, but I'm happy to put on the judge's cap and lend my advice.
Thank you, Spencer. And Mary?
Hi, I'm Mary Spillane. I'm the Director of Community Impact for Comcast in Colorado. So based in Metro Denver, but manage our community giving, community partnerships, service and employee volunteerism programs all across the state. And we're just getting to know EforAll. We're just a new partner, but I'm really excited to be here to learn more about what you do by actually meeting all of your folks and hearing about what their ideas.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you, guys. We're very excited to have you here tonight. All right, next slide. Okay, so final presentations.
Thank you, everyone, for having us here and being here with us this evening. I am Traci Carrano Jones, and this is ReNae Anderson. And we would like to introduce you to an innovative, unique program called Rise Phoenix Rise, Incorporated, Comfort in Companion Animals. Next slide, please. Rise Phoenix Rise aims to marry the evidence-based practices of peer support recognized by the Federal Substance Abuse Mental Health Service Authority, SAMHSA, and animal-assisted therapy to help individuals navigate through the struggles of mental health and substance use obstacles. The outcomes are a threefold win, where not only the service recipients benefit, but the self-efficacy of the peer supporters skyrocket and the animals get a new lease on life. Next slide, please. Okay. Our initial goals focused on ensuring financial stability through garnering viable revenue streams, dependable transportation, and increased visibility. We have found ways to tackle these goals through creative funding strategies via transportation, which offers free transportation for disabled residents, and social media presence and outreach. Next slide, please. Our stretch goal remains a facility where we can hold groups or one-on-one peer support sessions so that our service recipients can feel confident in a safe, stigma-free environment that is reliable. Next slide, please. Rise Phoenix Rise was born out of my own lived experiences that demonstrated to me firsthand the magical healing quality of animals on mental well-being. Tragedy was the impotence, and my animals were the muses that brought my daughter and myself through difficult life challenges. I knew that I could share my experiences, strength, and hope with others so that they could rise from the ashes of their struggles as well. Next slide, please. As I mentioned, Rise Phoenix Rise has thought of some creative funding techniques to circumvent our budgetary concerns. There are, of course, traditional donations and grants from foundations and other funding sources. But after watching football during the holiday season and their My Cleats, My Cause campaign, we came to the realization that there are many athletes who may sympathize with missions similar to ours. If you notice in the middle, Brandon Marshall is pictured. Brandon Marshall is a football player who was drafted by the Broncos. He was a football player who struggled with borderline personality disorder, which is a mental health condition. He almost lost his career as a football player, but he overcame that and became a spokesperson for mental health. And he strives to make a name for mental health advocacy. There are many other athletes who make names for missions such as these, as well as other missions for animal missions, animal charities. So there are not only athletes, but there are other prominent people who have missions similar to these. We hope that harness these missions and pursue these avenues. Next slide, please.
Traci, you and ReNae have 5 minutes left.
Okay. Although we could turn no one away from services, the target segments that we serve are blind, low vision, unsheltered, low socioeconomic status, veterans, and single parents. We chose these segments as they are organic to the makeup of our organization. Next slide, please. In collaboration, we partner with Recovery Cafe of Longmont, Alliance of Therapy Dogs, Pause for Love Dog Treatment, and BarkBox. Next slide, please. Our long-term projections include a salary for the executive director, program director, and peer support specialist. Next slide, please. Go ahead, ReNae.
As you've seen the goals that we have over the next 5 years, we have found one area that we are very much needing to focus on right now. That area is compliance with the Web Contents Accessibility Guidelines for our website. It is vital that we get our website up to compliance so that it does fit every segment that we have targeted, especially the blind and low vision. The website must be accessible for them to be able to reach out and see what we have and be able to participate in the programs that we have. With this, we are asking for $2,450 that will go toward getting our website up to compliance and accessibility for everyone to have equity with that. Next slide, please. Throughout the pandemic, we have heard many times through radio, through news, through many different sources of how mental health has risen in so many ways that there's so much talk about it. Well, we are done talking and we need to get to work and actually do something about this and make some changes. Colorado is in the top 10 for suicide rates. In Boulder County alone, there's been a 33% spike in the last 2 years for substance use. Next slide, please. With this, it is vital that we continue reaching out to our community, that we are able to reach those that are having struggles, those that need assistance, so that they can rise from the ashes of their struggles and into the flames of wellness. Thank you very much for your time.
All right.
Yeah.
Rise Phoenix Rise. Great job, ladies. All right, judges. Let's start with Spencer.
Thank you for that presentation. That's awesome. I appreciate you guys doing that work. The question I have is, that's the hard thing that comes across with businesses and nonprofits and stuff is, the hard question of how do you make money, profits to pay the people to afford to be able to do this and provide these services. So I understood that you guys are collecting money for the website, but outside of that, do you have a clear objective of how much money you might need to raise for the next steps going forward, or is it just baby steps at this time?
We determined that we need about $15,000, and that would include for salary for the executive director and the program director and the 2 peer support specialists that we would like to pay would be a salary of $10,250. And we're looking for grants from foundations. We're looking for donor money and grant money for that.
Awesome. That's all the questions I have right now, but I might come back, wrap around at the end with another couple questions.
Great. Thank you, Spencer. Okay, and Mary.
Yeah, thank you so much. So valuable to learn about all of your ideas and goals. And I have a couple questions that you really have addressed these in different parts of your presentation, but I was just jotting down some notes and feeling like sort of a summary again would be valuable to hear. So one is just, there are a lot of groups that provide animal therapy, animal support. So just what are again, just some unique ways that you are meeting needs that other groups are not meeting? What's kind of unique about you that would be helpful for us as we go away and maybe talk with our networks about your goals?
We're unique because we combine the evidence-based practices of peer support and animal-assisted therapy. Peer support is recognized by SAMHSA, which is the federal agency, which uses lived experiences of individuals who have gone through the process of being trained to use their own, it's the mentality of like you've heard of 12-step programs, and people who have gone through the process of learning how to recover and how to get through the process of the mental illness or the substance use problems. People who have been through it, who have lived the experience. So it's walking them through it.
Yeah,
So,
thank you. That was a great way to answer. Thank you. And then my other question, and again, I know these are things that you've touched on, but again, I'm just kind of summarizing some of my thoughts. My boss often, at my job, my boss often asks me, so, as you think about your next few months, what are your big rocks? Big rocks that you need to move out of your way in order to hit the things that you're dreaming about, you're especially interested in. So what would you say are kind of one or two of the biggest things you really want to focus on tackling?
we would like to have a place of our own, like where we could have, like right now we're partnering with Recovery Cafe of Longmont, and they allow us the space to hold our groups, and that is fabulous. And I can't say enough good things about Recovery Cafe of Longmont. I'm so happy to partner with them, but it would be nice to have a place where we could have one-on-one sessions or group sessions where people can come and have a safe, stigma-free environment where they can come more often.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You, Mary. Okay, and Eric?
Hey, thanks. Thank you, Traci and ReNae, for your information. As the CEO of the Longmont Community Foundation, I'd be happy to sit down with you too and talk to you about what your organization is planning to accomplish and see if there's anything I could do to offer any help. Just wanted to know, like, what is your current budget? Like, how much are you raising now currently?
ReNae?
Well, we are, with the pandemic, what had happened is we had moved from, Traci had brought this from Virginia that started back in 2015 and brought it to Virginia wanting to start things up. And this was right before the pandemic. And so through the pandemic, it has been very difficult in making, getting everything built up as we want to because of the relocation as well. Some of our big things is we are working with different foundations, working on grants the Colorado Health Foundation. There's been some SAMHSA information grants that we've been working on. Anschutz Family Foundation. There's several different foundations that we are reaching out to get things granted as we can start moving forward, because it has been a little slow with the pandemic, but it is picking up and things are moving better at this point. So it's reaching out to the different foundations, finding the investors, that sort of thing.
Thank you. That's all the questions I have.
Okay.
But please reach out if you can.
Sure. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you, Eric. And Nadia?
Thank you for your presentation and your beautiful mission. It's really amazing. I wanted to ask, how are you using social media as a tool to spread the word and, let folks know about your mission and vision?
We have a Facebook page. We have a website. We're trying to just do outreach as best we can. Quinn actually is in charge of our social media. She's actually on here now, but she didn't present tonight.
Am I able to say something, or would that be?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so we do Facebook website, and I would like to start up with Instagram and YouTube, because we have a few videos we're going to do, because in January we're doing a panel, and we have a few videos that we've done for grants. So I think a YouTube video would be, or YouTube account would be awesome. We have about 500 likes on Facebook, and we're reaching a lot more, and we have our flyer out in multiple places, and I'd like to put some more up on like coffee shops for our for the
and we
panel.
do have a QR code.
Yes.
Awesome, thank you. And then my last question is, what keeps you all going and working, like you're all working as a team. So what are some strategies that y'all use to keep each other motivated? Because, this is hard work, and like what the stuff that you're doing it's heavy. It's, with the combination of mental health and animal assisted therapy, it can be taxing. So I just wanted to know how y'all are keeping each other motivated and caring for yourselves.
I make it a point to touch base with everybody constantly. I feel it very important to not only touch base with them about Rise Phoenix Rise, but also about their family life and, work-life balance, and just, making sure they're taking care of themselves. Because I think it's important to have that balance.
From EforAll Program Manager Kelly.
To make sure that everyone takes care of themselves, and life is more important than anything else. And so I ensure that everyone takes care of themselves mentally. So
amazing.
I'd like to add to that, Traci is one of the best people I've ever worked with. And like her passion, and like she just oozes passion, and like it rubs off on everybody else, and she's so caring about everybody that she meets, and it's just, she's one of the best people I've ever met in my life.
Oh,